Walker Buehler now available. First question's from Alanna Rizzo. Go ahead.
Walker, 5+ tonight, really the only blemish. That solo shot from Freddie Freeman. Brewstar was able to pick you up there in the 6th inning. In that at-bat to Freeman, was it just poor execution or a good piece of hitting?
Poor execution on, for me, but obviously he's a pretty talented guy. He's done it in this league a long time. So, can't make mistakes like that in games like this.
Overall, 100 pitches for you in the 5+. What would you give yourself in terms of a grade in this outing?
I don't know. I'm not a big grade guy. I got to stop walking guys and get deeper into games. Nice to get up for the 6th. Not nice to give up 2 hits in the 6th, but I physically feel good and was happy to kind of get a little bit deeper into a game finally. But I have to do more.
It seems like you still had the swing and miss, however. You had the 7 punch-outs, but you did mention the walks with 5. What do you make of that?
It's the playoffs. You're trying to be fine. You're trying to be perfect. And, as I've said before, that's kind of how the playoffs have affected me. I've always kind of walked more guys and ended up striking out more guys for some reason. But, at the end of the day, it's my job to go deeper in the game, and that's on me.
This is the deepest you've gone in a postseason game, though, this season. How do you feel overall physically?
I feel good.
Thank you.
Next question's from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Walker, how excited were you when Brewstar got out of it that quickly in that inning? And what have you thought about kind of the young arms in the bullpen with him?
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge situation. He's a young guy, comes in and makes it look super easy. Obviously, he's pretty talented. He's a big part of our clubhouse. Obviously, that's not normal for a guy with his age and experience. But we all love that guy.
Next question's from Alden Gonzalez. Go ahead.
Hey, Walker, just to what you were alluding to earlier with Alanna's question, the challenge of being more efficient in this setting, is it just a matter of trusting your stuff? And is it tougher to trust your stuff given the issues that you've been dealing with recently?
I don't think it's about searching for efficiency, but it's searching for not being inefficient, if that makes sense. I think when you walk 4 or 5 guys like I have the past couple outings, it's not good for anyone. And luckily it hasn't bit us, but, I just want to be better, and that's kind of the glaring weakness in what I'm doing right now.
You've had so many opportunities in the playoffs already. Have you found that typically in this setting you do try to be too fine?
Yeah, it's hard to say you're too fine. I feel like I've been decently successful. But yeah, I don't want to walk guys. I don't want to walk 5 guys in a game ever. I don't want to walk 4. I don't want to walk 3. It just is what it is. And, at the end of the day, we're trying to keep runs off the board, and that's the most important thing. But I can go deeper. I can be better. So, looking at it that way is never going to change for me.
Well, thanks, man.
Next question's from Michael Duarte. Go ahead.
Hey, Walker. Walker Buehler's pants were trending on Twitter tonight. Looked like they were a little bit
time or place, Michael.
Thank you, Walker. Kiké Hernandez now available. First question's from Alanna Rizzo. Go ahead.
Kiké runs certainly at a premium today on both sides, and then until the end there for the Braves. In that at-bat that you had with the home run, certainly a no-doubter. Were you sitting on anything in particular there against Fried?
No. He gave me a really good pitch to hit. First pitch to that AB. Location-wise, might have been the same as the homer. Hard to tell, but, he came right at me with a heater in the first AB, and I was just going to, hit off the fastball, nobody on, and hung it. I wasn't able to pull the trigger, and then threw the same pitch. And I think, just seeing a few of those curveballs helped me familiarize with where it needs to start to be a pitch that I could hit. And he made a mistake, and I was able to put a good swing on it.
There are so many parallels between these two clubs. What do you think made it so difficult to just get that big hit today, or even really to get a lot of traffic on the bases against their pitching staff?
Fried threw the ball really well, and then they have a really good bullpen just like we do. And at the end of the day, we came up short because we didn't put at bats together, and we didn't get runners on base, and we weren't able to pass the baton like we did in the last series. Pitching did a great job, kept us in the game all the way to the ninth inning. And, when their guys are throwing the ball that well, we need to pick them up and score some runs for them. And tonight we weren't able to do that.
You guys haven't lost often this entire season. In fact, it's been almost 3 weeks since this club has lost a game. What do you take away from this one and wash it away quickly before going into tomorrow?
It's going to happen. It's baseball. Anything can happen on any given night, and they have a really good team. You can't take credit away from them, and I think their energy was a little bit better than ours tonight. They came right off the gates. Freddie hit that ball really hard first inning, and after that, it kind of put us on our heels a little bit. But it's baseball. It's going to happen. We're going to lose games, but you know what? Game one doesn't mean anything if they don't win 4 games this series. So whoever wins 4 first is the one that wins the series. So we'll throw this one away and come back tomorrow with a fresh mind and do what we do.
Appreciate it.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
TAB Deportes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kiké, how was it to play in front of fans for the first time, and did it provide a different atmosphere?
It was really weird go down the field to get ready before the game and seeing people in general. I think it was kind of shocking for everybody to see, at least for the first few minutes. It definitely had a little more to this game, add a little more. I missed what the roar of the crowd sounded like. It's a beautiful ballpark. I'm glad they could get people in. I'm glad we can play in front of fans. But hopefully we can win this series, go to the World Series, and hopefully they let the whole stadium get packed up.
Thanks.
Next question is from Manolo TAB Deportes. Go ahead.
Kiké, prácticamente acabas de contestar la pregunta en inglés, pero es la que tenía. ¿Cómo te sentiste jugar con fanaticada por primera vez después de tanto tiempo? ¿Y qué mensaje le llevarías al equipo ahora que caen abajo 1-0, llevan 3 semanas casi sin perder, para mantenerse enfocados en lo que es el premio, el goal principal, que es ganar la serie?
Nada, como le dije a Jorge, cuando salimos al terreno por primera vez antes del juego para calentar y eso, fue un poquito raro ver a la fanaticada, escuchar a la fanaticada. Escuché una palabra bien famosa de Puerto Rico que empieza con la P y termina con la A y tiene una ñ en el medio. Eso como que me emocionó, me prendió la adrenalina. Pero nada, en cuestión del equipo, yo entiendo que es lo que hablamos ya hablamos allá adentro cuando saca el juego. O sea, el primer juego no vale nada si ellos no nos ganan 4 juegos. Es la pelota, cualquier cosa puede pasar, podemos perder el juego, pero la serie la gana el que gane 4, no el que gane el primer juego. Así que nada, mañana venimos y tratar de empatar la serie, y después de ahí, pues, coger un juego a la vez.
Siguiente pregunta de Claudia Gestro. Adelante.
Kiké, primeramente felicidades en pegar ese cuadrangular. Sé que hubieron muchos momentos críticos esta noche. ¿Cuánta admiración tienes por Víctor en ese momento crítico, en esa octava, sacando ese out?
Pues fue grandísimo. En ese momento fue grandísimo. El juego estaba en empate todavía. Entramos al juego con las bases llenas, que, o sea, no es algo fácil, especialmente en una postemporada. Primera vez que él pichea a nivel de Grandes Ligas con fanáticos al frente de eso, se sintió más como un poquito como un juego de playoff de verdad. Y a Víctor no hay nada, o sea, como decimos en Puerto Rico, a Víctor no lo mata nada. Y, o sea, él siempre va para adelante, no le tiene miedo a nada y tiene 3 picheos buenos que le puede dar a cualquier bateador. Y localizó sus picheos, hizo su trabajo y no, eso no es lo último que van a ver de Víctor. Yo entiendo que Víctor va a tirar el inning bastante grande en lo que queda de la postemporada.
Este fue un enfrentamiento de 2 buenos lanzadores. ¿Qué aprendieron de ese partido, sobre todo para encender estos bates que estuvieron un poco fríos esta noche?
Pues aprendimos que si ellos hacen más carrera que nosotros, perdemos el juego. Fue un juego malo para la ofensiva de nosotros, pero nada, mañana es otro día. Una serie larga de 7-4, repito, el que gana la serie es el que gane 4 juegos, así que mañana es otro día. Vamos a tirar este juego por un lado y nada, con la frente en alto y mañana venimos de nuevo con, si Dios quiere, con un poquito más de energía y los bates despiertos.
Gracias.
Thank you. Dave Roberts now available. First questions from Alanna Rizzo. Go ahead.
Dave, you had told us that you're still trying to put whomever in the 9th inning that gives you guys the best chance to win. What was it about the matchup between Blake Trinan and Austin Riley that you initially liked?
Yeah, I mean, I just felt that in a tie ball game right there, us, the home team, I just felt that run right there was really good for Blake. And he's going to have to do it again. It just didn't work out, but I just trust that he's going to get those guys out.
Jake McGee coming on for the first time this postseason in that situation with Albies. What did you notice in that particular at-bat? Was it just bad execution, obviously, or just a good piece of hitting by Albies?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. And I think for me right there, where I think Blake got to 20 pitches and they put up another run, I just wanted to get him out of there. And then I wanted Jake to get some work, and he got Darno to pop up, and then just couldn't get it far enough away from Albies, and he put a good swing on it.
Walker Buehler goes 100 pitches, but does go deeper into the game than he's had in the wild card or division series round. 5+. What did you see overall from Walker tonight?
You know, I think that it just speaks to, you know, how good he is. He went 5 innings, gave up 1 run, and still wasn't as sharp as I know he has been and can be. It just speaks to how good of a competitor he is. But certainly to get through 5 innings, to build that pitch count up, that was certainly a positive for all of us.
Atlanta tonight, Dave, was 4 for 5, 2 home runs with an 0-2 count. What were you noticing about them when they were behind in the count that they were still able to capitalize?
I just think that there was, when we had some left count leverage, I think we made some mistakes to the big part of the plate and they capitalized. And when they made mistakes, we just didn't tonight. But you got to give those guys credit.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question's from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, Mookie hit, I think it was 185 during the season against lefties. They went with obviously Free and then Will Smith against him. What are you seeing in his at-bats against lefties, and what can he do to sort of flip things around here?
Yeah, I think a little bit, at times I think that they're the crossfire. I think they're trying to crowd him and also spin him. So I think that, he's got his approach, he prepares, and he just got to be diligent and, just capitalize on mistakes. But, yeah, when they make good pitches, it's going to be tough. But, I'll still bet on that guy.
Did you get the sense that Walker's blister was bothering him again?
No, actually, it held up as good as we've seen it in the last month. That's why he was able to really get to that 100 pitch mark. So I was really pleased with it.
And just Victor Gonzalez going in there and making that, having that big strikeout. Just what can you say about what he's done in this short time here?
It was great to see him come in a huge spot. Julio did it the other night for us, and tonight Victor came in and huge spot right there, and kept us in a position to win the baseball game.
Thank you.
Next question's from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Dave, with Gonzalez and Gratterall both, they did a great job for you. Very few pitches, but you don't send him out for the next inning. Why is that?
Yeah, I think that with Brusdar, he took a ball, that last one off the palm of the hand. So I just felt that, that was it right there. I expect him to be ready to go tomorrow. And then with Victor right there, punching out Culberson, but you've got 5 of the 6 guys. I really loved Blake taking down that inning.
And we talked about their pitching in the postseason before this series. Now that you've seen it in person, how good is it?
It's good. They made some mistakes that we just didn't capitalize on. But you can just see that their plan was to spin us a lot more. And we just got to continue to, swing at strikes. But you got to give Fried credit. He pitched well, and their pen pitched well tonight.
Thank you.
Next question's from Dylan Hernandez. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. First couple of innings, it seems like you guys did a really good job of running Fried's pitch count up. Then it kind of seems like he was able to get a few quick innings in there. Just what were your thoughts about, I guess, your lineup's ability or inability to kind of maybe maintain, the game plan going in?
I think that's fair. The first time I thought the first 2 innings we did a really nice job. And then the second time through, we got a little bit out of our game. And to his credit, he just kept nibbling and spinning us to death and, got through 6.
Thank you.
Next question's from Alden Gonzalez. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. You and Andrew have spoken recently about just the resiliency of Dustin May's arm. Is it resilient enough that he could give you, I guess, something close to a starter's workload in Game 5 on 3 days rest? And was that part of the thinking in trying him for 2 innings today?
Yeah, that's certainly a possibility. So I think that Dustin did a great job for us. But to have him take down to make a start, as we look out, certainly a good possibility.
And how much risk, Dave, do you think you're taking on, if any, in deploying your starting pitchers out of the bullpen, especially in a series that, given the way today went, may go pretty long?
I just think that talking to everyone, and most importantly Dustin, just how he's bounced back, and the ample rest, and then also when he does pitch a bulk game, you don't extend him too much. So I think that we're all kind of aligned in that.
Well, thanks.
Go ahead, DG.
Hey, Dave, on the broadcast, Tom Verducci mentioned that Walker was dealing with a second blister on his middle finger. Did not get a chance to ask Walker that. Is that true?
I think over the last month, there's been kind of 2 blister situations, and they kind of take turns. But I do feel that we came out of it really well today.
Okay. Also, Kiké was saying he thought Atlanta came out with a little better energy tonight. and that the Freeman homer really put you on your heels a little bit. Did you find the first part that to be true there, or did that homer just kind of feed into that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was a lot of energy from both sides. Obviously, the second hitter of the game, when you hit a homer as a visiting team, you feel pretty good. But I thought Walker matched that intensity, and I think you just got to give credit to Fried because he pitched a heck of a ball game.
All right, thanks.
Got time for one more. Go ahead, Claudia.
Dave, talking about Victor, can you say that he is like a fast learner in situations like this? How impressive was for somebody so new, in the club?
I just think that it's not necessarily a fast learner. I just think that his confidence in himself to make pitches is really high. And when you take talent and confidence, that's a good thing. So just really proud of, he's come pretty far, pretty fast. And, he's going to continue to get some big outs for us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, guys.